Are you wondering why you're broke as a real estate agent? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty. And listen, today is a come to Jesus talk for myself, for you, for whoever is trying to figure out, why am I not making money in real estate? We're gonna get into the topic, but before we do, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And listen, you already know this one's gonna be good. So give me a thumbs up. And while you're at it, make sure that you bookmark the Real Estate Bestie podcast, because y'all, we got a whole podcast. Make sure that you are sharing it with your friends. And I say it all the time, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love serving my clients in my real estate business. And I also love just really showing up to serve my fellow colleagues, because I know that can be a difficult business. And a lot of times that you feel like you're doing it on your own. So whether you hop on over and you hang out with me on YouTube, or you hang out with me on podcasts, or even Instagram, I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And just know that I do this because I know that you have what it takes to be successful. But sometimes you just need, you need somebody who's been there before, just to give you some sound advice. And that is why I'm here. So seriously, I'm so grateful for you. But now let's talk about how we're going to get you unbroke. Okay. In my real estate career, y'all, I have had every ebb and flow that one can imagine. And all of us in this business, we know that it can be a roller coaster. And sometimes it feels like you're doing all the things and you're not seeing progress. But there are other times, right, where you're just, I talk to agents and, they don't understand, why they don't have their first client. They've been licensed for a year or 2 years, or not quite understanding why their neighbor chose someone other than them. And really, essentially, they're contemplating leaving the business because they're broke. And a lot of times it just baffles me on why some of us are surprised when we're not making money in real estate. And I'm just going to give you the real, I'm going to give you the tea. And if you are somebody who, your bank account is looking a little light and you think you are working your business, I'm just going to share with you some of the things that you're probably doing, and this is why you're broke, but you don't have to stay that way. That's what I want to say. I know there are many stories of people who didn't have a great start or just had an interruption, but they start working the right activities, they start applying the right habits and got their business on track. But first, we have to be honest with ourselves and talk about what isn't working, what we're not doing, and that's what we're going to get into today. So, why are you broke? Here's one of the first things that I know is that it is very easy in this business to underestimate the amount of work that it will take to be successful and overestimate what you are actually doing, okay? So if you are one of those people who you're posting a house, I talked to a realtor once, so it was like, I do my posts every day. And thinking that one internet post is going to reap you a 6-figure real estate business, you are sadly mistaken, okay? There has to be something in your schedule that you're doing on a daily basis to reach out and attract your clients. Like, the goal is to have real estate conversations. But if we're not making calls, if we're not hosting open houses, if we're, not reaching out to expireds, if we're not talking to neighbors, if you're not growing your sphere of influence, then that will never happen, okay? I need you to be really honest with yourselves and say, okay, what do my daily activities really look like? And do my daily activities look like this is something that I'm putting 100% effort behind, or does it look like a hobby, okay? Because if your activities are more like a hobby, it's gonna pay you like a hobby. But if your activities are like a full-time thriving business, then it is going to pay you in that manner. So that's the very first thing. That's why you're broke. You're overestimating what you're doing and you're underestimating how much work it really takes, but you can turn that around today. Here's the next reason that most real estate agents are broke: lack of organization and lack of systems, okay? Raise your hand if you've ever reached out, you scroll your text messages and you're like, oh my word, I forgot to call that person back. Or I forgot this person reached out to me about a house. Or I never followed up with that lender. Or I got all these open house leads and I didn't know what to do. There has to be time in our schedule. There have to be tools that we're using in order to get organized and have systems in place. So I'll give you a couple examples. You need to have a CRM, a client relationship manager. Where are you putting your leads? Where are you keeping their email addresses? Where are you keeping notes about the conversations that you're having? And I get it. Somebody's heart is beating fast right now because just the thought of being organized like that is like driving you nuts. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, take a deep breath. But baby, it has to get done, okay? You have to have a way where you are tracking your conversations, where you have all of your potential clients and your clients' information ready and handy, because that's how you're going to provide value. Then you need to have systems, okay? So when you meet somebody in an open house, when they ask you about a neighborhood, when you, after your client, their home has sold, what system do you have in place to continue to reach out and continue to provide valuable information, and just so that they get to know you? Like, are you doing a weekly email? Are you sending out market updates? Are you having client appreciation events where you get to touch them? Do you have a system of who you call and when you call and why you call them? So there needs to be, like, literally, I think that it is so valuable. I know a lot of agents that will have the time that they're calling, but never block off time where they really go in and invest in a CRM, clean up their CRM, and make sure that it is functioning properly, right? You don't want to just have your people come into your system on a random drip campaign and they're getting emails that are not valid to them because we haven't taken the time to have a proper flow for them, okay? Make sure that you have organized the way you are going to interact with these people, because the more organized you are and the more systematic you are, it's just gonna make your life easier, and then you won't be broke, okay? Because we're actually following up and doing what we're supposed to do. And then here's the last one I'm gonna share with you today, why most realtors are broke. Because you and nobody else is holding you accountable to what you say that you're going to do. I am a part of a small group mastermind. There are some local lady realtors in my area. And one of the ladies put out a post. She was like, I'm putting this in the universe. And by the universe, more than the universe, I'm putting it out in this group text to y'all to say, I will close 3 deals by the end of the year. I promptly picked up the phone to her and I said, okay, so you're gonna close 3 new deals by the end of the year. Where are they gonna come from? What are your activities gonna look like? What are you gonna commit to? And she was like, whoa. But then she was like, you know what? This is exactly why I put it in the group, because I knew someone would hold me accountable. So she said that she was gonna commit to calling expires, to calling for sale by owners. We outlined the days of the week she was gonna call and the hours she's gonna call. So now I get to hold her accountable. You know, on 2 o'clock on Tuesday, I get to say, hey, yesterday, did you call from 10 to 11? She sought out accountability. And here is the thing. A lot of times we're broke because we keep telling ourselves, okay, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But we're not holding ourselves accountable. And that is honestly kind of natural. That's why I always encourage you, have a real estate bestie, have people that you're running with that know what goals you're going to go towards so they can hold you accountable to it. One thing that I do for my business that is like game changer for me, at the beginning of the year, I put down the number of production, like how many millions of dollars of real estate do I want to sell that year? And every month, like I put down the goal, I put down what's closed, I put down what's pending. And every month I work on those numbers. So when I'm looking at those numbers in June, right, it's in my face, I'm looking up at them. And if I am not halfway to it, then that number on that board is holding me accountable to getting myself up, to doing my activities and doing what I need to do so that I actually hit the goal. But But the problem is that we don't have any goals. We don't have any accountability. You don't have anyone who knows that it was your goal this year to list 5 houses. So when it's October and you've listed none, then no one knows because you have not had any source of accountability, which in turn turns into you being broke in the business. So I'm going to encourage you, whatever that needs to look like for you. For some of you, that may look like joining a team. For some of you, that may look like hiring a coach. For some of you, that may look like just having notes and Post-its and using tools for yourself to be accountable to yourself. But there has to be accountability in place in order to do what you need to do so that we can get out of the rat race, y'all, and not be broke. Now, I thought that this was a very important video because I can't tell you how many times I have even been in the seat like, I don't really understand why this isn't working. But then when I'm honest with myself, it's like, oh, this is why it's not working, right? Because I didn't really think about how much work it would take. I don't have any systems in place, and I'm not holding myself accountable. Trust me, you start working on these 3 things and it is a principle, right? You reap what you sow. So the more that you sow into your business and you actually put the effort behind it and seek the support, you will not be broke, okay? This is a very, very lucrative, and I don't care. I know this market looks different. I just want to say that too, because some of you all have convinced yourself that because interest rates are 7%, 8%, that you can't sell a house. And that is ludicrous because guess what? When they were 18%, there were people out here selling houses, which means that you can sell a house too. So don't convince yourself otherwise. You can stop being broke today, but first we have to start being honest with ourselves. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing with your life? Go ahead and subscribe. And speaking of market, I just talked to you about some mistakes that people are making in this market. I have a free course for you. It is the 5 mistakes that you do not want to make in a shifting market. It is a free 5-day course. All you have to do is go to rosemarylewis.com/5 mistakes or check out the description box. Listen, send this to your friends, send it to your real estate besties because we are in a changing market. There is no lie. I mean, the climate of the economy is changing, but you still can grow a business that you love and your business can still thrive. So hop on over and make sure that you download this free course so that you don't make the same mistakes that everyone else is making. See you soon.